Hey guys, I'm learning to identify solid figures. Now, most of you have already done solid figures in kindergarten and in first grade, and we kind of did that before we left for spring break. So I just want to kind of go over some of the solid figures that you need to know, and then in the next lesson that we do, we'll talk about some of the important features of those solid figures. So we'll start with this one. We talked about this one uh, before we left for the break, and it is a triangular prism. So it has two triangles, one on each side as one of the faces, and then it has rectangles for the other ones. So again, that is a triangular prism. Now, it's really hard to find a triangular prism out in the real world unless you're just looking at the roof of a house. So I want you, in each of the shapes that we do, or solid figures, I want you to try to find one around your house or outside, or just think of one that you might know. Alright, this one is what? That's right, a cylinder. So one of the things about a cylinder that we talked about is pretty cool because it can stack, which you can just keep stacking on it. It can roll, and it can slide. Whoop! It's the only one that can do all of those things, and we talked about that last week. So again, that's a cylinder. This one is a cube. It's got all sides that are the same. They're all squares. All the edges are the same length. So it's a cube, and this is pretty easy to find. You can find these all over the place. So again, I want you to try to find one. You can pause the video if you want and go find one, or you can wait and do that at the end. This one is a sphere, and we talked about, some people call it a spear on accident, but it's like fear, but with an S at the beginning. So it's a sphere. And you notice it doesn't have any edges, it doesn't have any vertices, none of those things, just a ball. This one is a lot like a cube, but it has rectangles. So this is a rectangular prism. It's got squares on the ends, and it's got rectangles for the faces. This one, well, I like to remember it like I turn it over and like I'm eating an ice cream cone, but it's a cone. So there's your cone. And I know there's a lot of videos you can watch that talk about solid figures and shapes. So if you want to watch other videos, that's super. Now, these two things are the same, have the same name. They're both pyramids. But what makes them different is the base of the pyramid. This is a square pyramid. And this is a triangular pyramid. So you can look at both of these and you can think about them. That's all the solid figures that we're really going to cover in second grade. And again, if I do another video, we're going to talk more about the attributes of each of the solid figures. So go out, find some solid figures, and make some cool things out of them.